So, good morning everyone. I'm really glad to see you here again. We are going to start to talk about this important thing. Firstly, I will try to define to you what the product is, even though we slightly define the issue within the beginning of the subject. But today we are going to elaborate the topic more deeply, and also we are going to elaborate the topic from the point from not just the tangible product but also the intangible product, which is called services. Okay, so I don't know why is this here. The product is a part of marketing P concept. Again, this is still the same. Okay. And as I told you, the product is the let's say the most important part of the 4P concept. So it's a part of those 4 P's. And what is it? We will try to define it. I again set some definitions. I think you already know at least the first one, which says that product is everything or anything that can be offered in a market for attention, acquisition, use or consumption that may satisfy a need or want. I think this is also connected with the knowledge you get from the lecture about consumer behavior. Okay, this is a product. It's like umbrella term for also services, because services or service, it's a part of a product, it's a kind of product, but it has some, let's say, differences, and we are going to talk about those differences because they are a bit important. So anyway, service is a product that consists of activities or benefits or some kind of satisfaction. And also this is for sure intangible and does not result in ownership of anything. Okay, so on one side, if you got the product like tangible product, you can touch it. In case you have intangible product like service, you can't touch it. This is the main distinction between those two. And also, and this is important for today, we can, like, I think we already talked about that during our first lecture when I told you that nowadays you can solve almost everything, even the people, okay, in some cases. So also the experience could be a kind of product, and the experience here represents what buying the product or service will do for the customer. So it doesn't matter if you buy a tangible product or intangible product. There is something what we call experience or experiences, and this is what's going on, or what the consumer perceives from using the product. Speaking about services, at least we have like 4 categories, or let's say 4 factors which differentiate service from tangible product. What are they? They are already said: intangibility, separability, variability, and perishability. I will explain what does it mean. So intangibility, this is really easy to understand. You just basically can't touch it, okay? Because and not just touch it, you can't taste it, you can't felt it, you can, I don't know, try it, and so on and so on. Just because of the origin of the service, okay? It's hard to try a new hair cutter, or hairdresser. It's a bit difficult, because if you want to try a new hairstylist, in that case you have to let him or her to make you a haircut. Otherwise you can try it, okay? But on the other hand, in case of tangible product, and if you would like to try, for example, wine, you can sip a little bit and you can get an image and the feeling about the wine. So this is the main difference between tangible and intangible product. Also, inseparability. What does it mean? Well, again, I can use the same example of hairdresser. If you let the hairdresser to cut your hairs, you can't like dissolve the person who is doing your hairdress and the service itself. Okay, the same situation with massage. If there will be a guy who is doing the massage, he or she has to be here, and the service is like interconnected with the guy, with the person. So this is inseparability. What about variability? Well, the quality of services depends mostly on the person who's provided the service, and also it could depend on the time, on the place, on the mood of the person, and so many other things. So it means, like, if you use services of let's say hairdresser, in the morning the result could be better because he or she has a better light inside her salon, but on the other hand, at the evening the result could be worse just because of the bad light in the room. On the other hand, if you buy a tangible product, like, I don't know, water or some electronic device, the quality should remain the same during the whole production process. And what about perishability? Well, during using the tangible product, you can store it. But in the case of services, you are not able to store it. You can't store like hairdressing services, or you can't store taxi driver services. It's impossible. Okay, it's nonsense. So and also we are able to find much more factors distinguishing the service from the tangible product. But these are the most important ones, the 4 ones. And if I say that they are the most important, I mean that they could also be presented in the test. Okay, that's the meaning I'm putting into it. So, what about the product itself? Like, if we talk about the product, we need to know about what, let's say, slide or slice of the product are we talking. Because, well, let's imagine, I will try to use a product. This is a phone, this is a mobile phone. And it's an old one, it's an old model, but anyway, it has at least 3 levels, okay? It has something what we call core, then there is an actual product, and then there is something what we call augmented product. What does it mean? Well, in case of mobile phone, the smartphone, if you would, what is the core? The core, if we try to look at the definition, the core benefits in this case represent what the buyer is really buying. What is the purpose of the phone, okay? So, like, if I ask you, what is the purpose of smartphone? Why do we buy a smartphone? It doesn't matter what brand it is. What is the main purpose?
Communication.
Communication, awesome! What kind of communication?
With other people?
With other people, yes. I mean, and my question was like, what kind of communication in the way like, you know, just talking, or do we do something more? Texting, okay, so talking, texting. Can we use mobile phone for something more?
Taking pictures.
Taking pictures, great, awesome. Nowadays the phone is much better than lots of like the small cameras used like 10 years ago. Awesome, great. So texting, talking, taking pictures, maybe using internet because for the majority of users in the Western countries, the mobile phone or smartphone is the main, let's say, things through which they connect to the internet, okay? So yeah, this is the core. This is the reason why we need to buy, or why we want to buy a smartphone. So that's the core. Then we have an actual product, and if you look at the definition, in that case, actual product represents the design, brand name, packaging that delivers the core benefit to the customer. So easy put, it's like if you need to communicate texts, if you need to make a photo and whatever you want, like to approach the internet, you can buy any smartphone you can find on the market. But then, if you talk about actual product, you already have some preferences, and someone may buy an iPhone, someone may buy a Samsung, some model from Samsung, or other brands. Okay, so this is the actual product represented by the brand. Also, we can think about quality level. Some phones could be about the higher quality, some of them could be, for example, cheaper, but also the quality could be lower than in the other cases. This is about the quality level. It's also the factor which you are considered during the thinking process of during the buying process. Okay, packaging. Again, it could be also interesting. For example, you may already know that on the YouTube you can find tons of videos of users who are opening the sealed box of iPhone or any other product. They have like it's called like opening porn or something like that. You know, it's real you know, obsession with opening things. And especially in the case of Apple products, the sealings, the packaging of the product is on a high level, and for some people it could be really satisfying to opening or even see other ones to open. So this is about packaging. Also design. Each brand could have some specific design approach. We all know about the Apple approach to design, which should be clean, easy to use, and so on and so on. The other companies can use other approaches as well. And also some features. Some phones can have some specific feature. The other ones can have other features. It really depends, okay? And the features connected with the actual product are not essential for the product, okay? This is not the core. Like I'm thinking, well, in case, because I don't almost nothing, I know nothing about the Android phones, but for iPhone you have the feature of iCloud lock. Okay, so if someone will steal your phone, you have the possibility to lock your phone, and this basically break the phone, and the theft is not able to use the phone again, only for the parts. Okay, so this is the feature. Do you have an idea, or do you know about any other specific feature for any Android phone? Yes?
Xiaomi phones have the fastest charging.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I heard about it. Thank you. Yes, so it could be also a specific feature connected with some brand and with some model, because it's not the core. Again, you have to always charge the phone, right? But the speed of charging could be considered as a specific feature for the product. Okay, so this is the actual product. And then we have something what we call augmented product. This is, as the name says, it's something which is add to the basics of the phone and also to the actual product. And those are the things, like the definition says, which could be considered as additional services or benefits of the actual product. Those are, for example, delivery and credit. Like in case of some specific products, I don't know about the phones, but in case I already talk about this story in my Czech version of this subject, and I mentioned the case of headphones, brand KOS, the KOS headphones. I don't know if you know that brand. They offer unlimited warranty for a product. Okay, so if you break something, you can just send it to the headquarters, and then they will send you a new headphones back. This is also the same. If you remember, yesterday we have been talking about Patagonia brand. Do you remember? Yeah, we have been talking about green marketing and their approach, and this is actually connected with the augmented product, because if you damage something on your Patagonia products, they will repair it or they will fix it for you. The same for Canadian Goose, also the other clothing brands, especially for the outdoor sports, they have some similar services. Then you can also have product support, especially for the Microsoft product. I don't know, have you ever called to Microsoft support line? Do you have this experience? No, it's very funny because they have call centers all around the world, and if you call them, you may be lucky, and in that case you will call to the call center in Poland. And this is great because the Polish people, they are able to learn English very well, and you can talk with them and you can understand, and they will probably understand you. Sometimes they are a little bit angry because they are Polish, but everything is great. But if you are not so lucky, you can call to the call center in India, and in that case you are not sure if it's not scam, you know, because they speak with their specific accent, and this specific accent in the call centers is connected with the scam calls, you know, so it's a bit difficult then. But anyway, they have something like product support, and if you have any issue, you can call them and they could help you to resolve the issue. Also the warranty, I already talked about it. Also some other brands could offer you a specific warranty, like some car manufacturers can offer you a special warranty for, let's say, about rusting the chassis of the car. You can like have 10 years of warranty. Also some Asian, I think Japanese brands like Suzuki and so on, they offer a special warranty for the motor part, the engine parts. Like I used to have a Suzuki SX4, and there was a warranty for 10 years on the parts of motor. Like it's a really long time. But the issue was like I had the car for like 8 years, and I sold it then because of the other issue the car had. Like they were pretty sure that the engine will remain for the decades, but there were issues with suspensions and so on, and there was no extra warranty on it. So yeah, they know what to put warranty on. Anyway. And also we can find after-sales services. This is also important when you are trying to build like mutual connection with your customer. Like if you, this is the idea that when you buy something, nothing ends. Like the relationship with consumer should continue. Like after the buying, you should have at least the feeling of someone is caring about you. Okay, does this make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, great. Now I would like to do something what we call product and service classification. It's not important just from the marketing point of view, but it is important also from the point of services or marketing of services, which will be the subject you will have next year, I think. So you will already have some information, you can use it in the other subject. So we should try, at least try to divide the products from the receiver of the product, let's say. Okay, so the first group is those are the products dedicated to the final consumer for us, let's say. Then we have something what we call industrial products, and those are the products which can be used for remanufacturing, or they can be used as a source for creating something new, and so on and so on. They are not suitable for the final use, okay? And then I already told you that the product is not only about tangible and intangible product, but also it's about the organizations, persons, places, and ideas, and so on and so on. So I would like to, let's say, explain you what does it mean in reality. Okay, so what about the consumer products? Basically, they are used for the final consumption. I think we already talked about that within our lecture about consumer behavior, because we talk about consumer behavior as a behavior by which consumer is using the final product, okay, or something like that. So this is like for personal consumption. And then we can classify the products at least into the, or we can divide the product into the 4 categories, like convenience products, shopping products, specialty products, and unsold products. I will show you what does it mean. So let's go one by one. So the first one, those are the convenience products. What does it mean? Those are the things consumer buy for like buying frequently, like immediately, and he or she doesn't think about the buying process. So those are the things like chewing gums, candy, fast foods, for example, some drinks, okay, and so on and so on. So the consumer in that case has a minimal intention to think about the buying process. It's like if you go to the store, to the convenience store, and you would like to buy a bottle of Coca-Cola and they don't have Coca-Cola but they have a Pepsi, you probably choose Pepsi instead, because it doesn't matter actually in that time. Okay, so these are easy to sell, but when we will talk about the distribution during the next lecture, there will be some issue with it, because if you want to sell the products as a convenience product, you need to be sure that your product is available almost everywhere, because of the nature of the category. Because if the consumer will not find your product, he will or she will choose another one, okay, just instantly. So this is important to know. The next category, those are the shopping products. Those are products and services that the customer compares carefully. They are thinking about, let's say, sustainability, quality, price, and style. In the other words, those are a little bit pricey products, and if you would like to buy something pricey, you rather think twice, 3 times. It's a matter of fact. Sometimes if you don't have to pay for it and you are just in the role of deciding person, then you don't have to think so much. But anyway, basically you have to think more about those products, about the buying procedures. So as an example, we can name like furniture, car, appliances, and basically any pricey thing, let's say. Okay, so those are the, but anyway, it's, I don't want to generalize it, okay, because in some cases the behavior could be different, but in majority we can talk about this one like in this way, in this slide. Specialty products, those are the products consumer will think also about them because they have a unique characteristic of brand identification, for which a significant group of buyer is willing to make a special purchase effort. What does it mean? Well, I will try to explain to you the issue on those examples. The first one is medical care. And I think this is a good example. Like a lot of, I don't know if it's a lot of, but some influencers, maybe you already heard about that, they go to Turkey to change their teeth, right? They damage their own teeth and they put something on it so their teeth looks better then. And this is it. They are seeking for special products, special offer, and they are able to go abroad or almost whenever to get the service. This is the same, but this is a saddest case. If you have some illness which can be let's say deal with in Czech Republic, so you need to find the medical service in a foreign country. So those are the situation where you are moving and you are seeking the service even out of the border of the country. Also, it could be a designer clothes. Some brands you are not able to buy, for example, on the European market. You need to go abroad or you need to use third-party services to obtain the brands and so on. And also it could be the high-end electronics. Again, some brands are only sold in some specific places, countries, and so on and so on. So yeah. And the last one, this is a bit interesting. It's called unsought products, which means that the consumer mostly doesn't know about the service or knows about the service, but does not normally think about buying. And again, examples are the best way to explain it. And it could be like life insurance, and also like things like funeral services. I don't know if there's someone who's going to the funeral services every day, but probably no. So this is exactly the type of service you like rather wouldn't use at all, but if you need, you will start to search for it. Also the thing like blood donations and so on and so on. What does it mean? Well, for all the categories, you will need to choose a little bit different approach within the marketing, okay? Because there will be a different approach for the product, or you will use another tools to promote so-called unsold products, and also there will be a totally different approach to, for example, deal with specialty products, okay? So this is the idea. Okay, so the next group of products and services is called industrial products. And as I told you a few minutes before, they are purchased for further processing or for use in conducting or businesses. Okay, so basically those are the products you will use for further, and it's matters if it's remanufacturing or using as a source or using as a tool. And that's why we classify them into the three groups. The first one could be capital items, then the material and parts or raw material, and also supplies and services. To better understand those three groups, I prepared this slide, and you can, I don't know if it's visible, but you can see the pictures here. So if we look at the capital items, I already told you that they are an industrial products that can, let's say, aid in the buyer's production or operation. So you can see a truck here, there's some, I don't know, generator, electric generator. Like, you need a tool, okay? If you are a gardener, you probably need some flower scissors or something like that. You just need a tool to be able to do a gardening works, okay? So this is the capital items are the tools used in businesses. Then we have materials and parts. And the parts include also raw materials and also manufactured materials and parts usually sold directly to industrial users. As you can see, there are this is wood and also the I don't know how to say it in English. The wheels. I'm sorry.
Tires.
Tires. Thank you very much. Tires. Yes, tires. Well, like. It's really interesting if you want to buy a tire for the like the huge trucks operating in coal mines and so on. Like the price for the tires is like skyrocketing. The one tire for the huge Volvo truck cost around 1 million crowns. It's like crazy expensive. Anyway. Also, supplies and services. This is the third group. Includes operating supplies, repair, and also maintain items and business services. Like you can see some guy who is cleaning the floor. Also, I don't know if those are nails or bolts. I think both of them. No, those are the nails. I think so. These are the main three categories which can be used for realizing what type of product do we have in the industrial sphere. And as I told you, we also can have organizations, persons, places, and also ideas to be sold on the market. And in that case, if we talk about the organizations, we need to realize that organization marketing consists of activities which are undertaken to create, maintain, or change the attitudes and behavior of target customers toward an organization. Okay? What about the person marketing? Well, this consists of activities undertaken to create, maintain, or change attitudes and behavior of target consumers toward particular people. Again, it's like you can do your own personal marketing in that case. Place marketing, this is basically what the name says. It's the marketing about the places. Within the market, the place marketing, you can somehow, in quotation mark, air quotation here, like you can sell the place, like destination, okay, touristic destination. So you can offer a stay next to the sea or in Czech mountains or whatever you want. And also there's a category, special category, and this is about social marketing. And it's a use of commercial marketing concepts and tools in programs designed to influence individual behavior to improve their well-being and that of society. So this is about dividing the categories, and now we should talk about something what I called within my Czech courses. I called it product mix. I call it produktový mix, but in English we call it individual products and service decision. What does it mean? Well, the same like in the Czech version. It's about to set all the facets of product in such way that consumer will buy the product. That's the easiest explanation I have. What does it mean? Well, as I told you, it's a decision done by marketers, and they must make the decision about one particular product or service, and they include decisions about the product's attributes, branding, packaging, labeling, and also product services. And like, I will try to explain it even more in more simpler way. Like, if you want to sell any product, you need to think about the attributes about the product. So again, let's say that you decide to sell some energy drink, okay? What could you set about the energy drink? Like, because you know, the competition, yeah, okay, thank you. The competition, as we can see, the colleague has, what brand is that? Sorry? Sentex, okay. I get Tiger today, but yesterday I have Sentex too. Anyway, what does it mean? Well, the market is full of energy drink. Like, great. Oh, I'm sorry. One funny thing: in Poland, they already banned to sell energy drinks to younger people, the people under the age of 18. Do you know about it? No. They are trying to do the same in Czech Republic. Do you know what the Polish did, like the reaction? They started to sell over-caffeinated coffee to the children, okay? So they just switched from energy drinks, because they are banned to sell to younger people, so they started to buy a coffee which is not banned. So they are drinking like espressos in cans. Also the espresso containing some CBD and the other funny things. So very funny. So I'm really curious if they will ban to sell the energy drinks for younger people here in Czech Republic. What will be the reaction of the market? I love this example because it shows you that the market is like a river, always find the way out. Okay, so this is really great, and it really shows that the market can work if you let it to work. Okay, so but that was just small step aside. Back to the topic. The market of energy drink, especially in Czech Republic, is really full, and the competition is really strong here. So, what would you think about if you were thinking about entering the market? What product attributes would like to add to your products to be competitive? Yes?
0 calories or somehow healthier.
Awesome! Somehow healthier. Awesome! This is a great idea, because if you look at almost any kind of the energy drink, there's a lot of sugar in it, and the idea of anyhow a healthier product, that's great. Awesome! Thank you. Any other idea? Huh? No? Yes?
Recyclable cans?
Oh, awesome! Recyclable cans, great! Or you can also think about the other form of packaging. Great, awesome. What other things we can use?
The price?
Yes, awesome! I was about to ask about the price. Exactly. And you can go both ways. You can choose like really low price, or on the other hand, you can create something like premium product, and you can set much higher price. Like in case of Prime, right? This is the case where the price was like crazy, you know, and they realized that this. Anyway, the Prime entering the Czech market is a great example of skimming strategy. Okay, yesterday we talked about the skimming strategy. Do you remember? Yeah. So the issue was like the Prime drink was something new on the market, and it was hyped by the influencers, especially they hype it towards the minors, the small children. So when the Prime entered the Czech market, every small children wanted to have a Prime. So they set the prices like 100 crowns for a bottle of this shitty drink. I'm sorry for my words. Have you ever tried all the Primes taste this? Yeah. And what's the
they're
reason?
disgusting.
Yeah, I think I wasn't able to find any at least drinkable version of this drink. Do you have any other experience? Like, is there someone who likes it? No. Okay. So you are. I don't want to, to be rude, but you are too old for this drink. This is really targeted on the small children, the children on the primary school and so on. But anyway, it was a skimming strategy where the market wanted to have it, so they set the price like 100 crowns, and then it dropped like crazy. In Billa, you were able to buy Prime for 40 crowns. Okay, so there's like 60% reduced in price, which is really interesting. And also the Vietnamese stores selling the Prime for like 50 crowns now. So this is pretty good example of skimming strategy, and it's also showing your possibility. When entering the market with a new energy drink, you can set the price to be low, or you can set the price to be high if you have the other tools in line. So yeah, great, awesome. Thank you very much for your insights, because what I wanted to hear from you was like you have a clue what to do in case you are entering the market with the product. And I'm glad that you know that you have some possibilities which you can use by creating the final product. So those are the product attributes. You can set the price, you can set maybe the type of packaging, you can set, and it was very nice, some healthier way, let's say, and so on and so on. This is about attribute. Then we have a branding. This is about the brand. As I have the tiger, colleague of mine has Semtex, and also we can have lots of different brands. And if we work with the brands, like in the case of Prime, we can set the demand for the product. Okay. Then we have a packaging, labeling, and product support services. So I'm going to go through those things. Just check the time. Do you need a break, or can we continue like 20 minutes? Will you remain alive for 20 minutes, or would you like to have a break? Just let me know. Okay, who is for the break? Oh wow, great, okay. Awesome, thank you very much. So like, please try to sustain for 20, maybe just 15 minutes, and then we make a break. Anyway, so if we talk about product or service attributes, this is about the communication and also about the delivery of something, some benefits. And you already mentioned most of them, like the quality. Well, in case of energy drinks, there are not so many chances to do with the taste, for example. Everything tastes like tutti frutti, and but if you create some, let's say, healthier way, then you can have a better position. So the quality, features, like I don't know, you create a special packaging which you can open with one hand, for example. Okay, you just use one hand to open it, or you can close it for some time. So if you don't drink the whole bottle at all at once, you can keep it for the next day or for the afternoon, and so on and so on. And also you can use style and design. So as some of you already mentioned, you can try to recreate the packaging. You can use different materials and so on and so on. So this is about the product or service attributes. Well, now I'm talking about tangible product, but we can use the same approach with the intangible product. Like the case I'm always using, the hairdresser. The way how the hairdresser is operating could be considered as a product or service attributes. Like you can go to a normal, let's say, normal hairdresser, or you can go to the barber shop. And if you go to the barber shop, you could be offered by whiskey or something to drink, and there's some specific atmosphere, and so on and so on. But the basic, the core of the service is still the same. They just will cut your hairs or trim your birds, and that's it, okay? So this is it. So it's not just about the tangible product, but it is also about the intangible services. This is the same. Product quality level, this is about the quality which can help you to or helps you in the process of positioning the process. Like if the consumers know, if they know that your product is high quality one, then you can work with the price, and you can work with the other assets, and so on and so on. This is about the quality level. The next thing is a product conformance quality. This is like there are two types of quality. The first one is the type of quality the consumer perceived. Okay, so if I say Apple products, most of you can say, well, those are the quality products. They are using great design, everything is easy to use, and so on and so on. But on the other hand, if you do understand the electronic inside, in some cases, the things that they are inside, they are really terrible, okay? They are bad engineering in creating the motherboards of some laptops, and so on and so on. So the perceived quality could be on a high level, like what we think about the quality of the product could be on the high level, but the real quality could be somewhere else. Okay, so this is the case. So this is the product conformance quality. Like you have to comply with some standards in quality, and this is the minimum. And then you can build up with some other quality things in order to get to attract your consumer. Then we got like product features, and we already talked about them, and those are, let's say, competitive differences between the products. In the other words, what is unique for our product? What makes our product unique among the other ones, okay? Well, it could be the packaging, it could be the color of packaging, it could be the taste, it could be whatever you want, something which is different among the other competitive products. And well, if you read some marketing books, especially from the US market, you are able to, very often you are able to find, let's say, at least sentence about the necessity of having something special. They are calling it unique selling proposition. Like why you should buy just our product and not the product of our competitors. What is the reason? What is the one thing which distinguishes our product from the other ones? Okay. And whenever you will think about your own product, try to find something what you can call unique selling proposition. So this is it. This is product features. Then we can talk about style, which describes the appearance of the product. Well, like again, in case of energy drinks, even though the taste of them is almost the same with some small differences, the style could be different. Like Red Bull is considered to be the drink for millennials, like for the older people, like for me. The other brands like Monster, for example, are considered to be for the younger generation. Okay, have you think about that? Did you realize that the younger people drink different brands of energy drink than you drink? No? Or in the other words, do you have any, let's say, favorite energy drink brand? Red Bull? Okay, but you look young. Okay.
Sunflex.
Yeah, is it your favorite brand?
Yeah, the older I got, the more I hate carbonated.
Aha, okay.
Sunflex is the only non-carbonated I got.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true. Thank you very much. Any other favorite brand of energy drink? Okay, another question. Who drinks energy drink regularly, like at least 2 cans a week?
Gamers.
I mean, from this group. Okay, one student, okay. No, that's all? Only one? Okay, so me too. I drink like 1 or 2 cans a day, okay, so I'm still alive. But anyway, okay, so this is the reason. This is the reason, because your generation is considered to be the healthier one. So you don't drink the energy drinks, that's why. But for the younger generation, the people or the guys who are at the elementary school right now, I don't know if you have a younger brother or a younger sister, so you can maybe see them like drinking a can of energy drink on their way to school, and they're drinking another can during the school time, and then another can during the way from the school, and so on and so on. Okay, so this is a bit crazy, and they are drinking mostly the sweetest version. So this is the Monster. Monster has the sweetest ones. Yeah, so the Monster. Anyway, that's about the style. Okay, the style and also the perception of the product for the target group. And with the style, the design is also connected, because it contributes to a product's usefulness as well as to its looks. Well, by trying to set a good design, you are challenged with some issues, because I try to show it on this picture. You need to balance all the things, like you need to have the product to be functional. Also, it has to brings you some benefits. But on the other hand or other side, it should be also aesthetic and gives you some benefits through the aesthetic. So, and this is the case again of the Apple products. They were able to create product which is functional. It's easy to use. You just open the lid and you can work on it. And on the other hand, it looks good. It looks nice and looks easy, clean, and so on and so on. So to find the point where the product has a great design and also is functional should be a bit difficult. The case where it wasn't so successful could be the case with Tesla cars. For me, they look great. I like the design of Tesla cars. They looks really great. But if you drive it, it's like drive like 20 years old car. Everything is shaking, making rumbling noise, and so on and so on. Sometimes there are some issues, and so on and so on. And that's a pity, because the car itself has a great design. It's awesome. And but on the other hand, it doesn't work properly. Another example from the other side could be like some gaming PC, like laptop, gaming laptop. They are high quality. They have like the inside in the computer. It's really great. It has a really powerful processor. It has a huge amount of RAM, and so on and so on. But on the other hand, they looks terrible, like really terrible. I got just one new gaming laptop for editing the video, and you know, everything is great. It's working like smoothly like never. But it's making noise like vacuum cleaner, and it's like, you know, everything is plastic, and you are afraid to even take the laptop in order not to break it, and so on and so on. On the other hand, if you want to use a laptop from Apple to editing video, it's not a good idea at all, because you can really boil it with those videos. But anyway, so to find the middle point is not so easy. Okay, and what about brand? Well, the brand, you maybe already heard that it's the name, term, or sign, or even a design, or the combination of all those things, which can serve as identification for the marker in the maker or seller of the products or services. So for some products, even the design could be considered as to be a brand. Okay, so I'm just thinking, well, I think this is a perfume. Yves Saint Laurent, I think, has a specific bottle. Also, some other products can have specific shaping, and the shape of the packaging communicates to you and gives you the information about the brand. Okay, so this is the branding. Then we have a packaging. This is about the designing and producing the, let's say, container or wrapper or kind of box for a product. And again, sometimes the box is more important than the thing which is inside. I already used the case of toothpaste with the pictures from the movie Cars or from the movie Paw Patrol. If I go with my children to the drugstore to buy a toothpaste, they decided only according the picture on the toothpaste. So if there is the small dog from the Paw Patrol, or there are the pictures from the Cars movie, they will want it. Okay, they don't care any other aspects of the product. And labels, they are identify the product or brand, describe attributes, and provide promotion. And the last thing from this part of the presentation is about the product's support services, which could be considered as an augmented version of the product. This is the third layer of product, as we talked before. And this could be the thing we give to a consumer to feel better when using the product. So it could be about the warranty, it could be about, I don't know, services like completing the product, or I don't know, moving the product, and so on and so on. So this is also very important in the decision how to set the final product mix. Okay, and the last thing would be, well, this is the last slide before the break, and then there will be the last part of the product lecture, and we are going to talk about life cycle of the product. But before we make a break, just last slide, this is about the product line decision. If you are a company producing any type of products, or you are just businessmen who providing some type of service, you can have at least 3 kinds of decision. You can do the product line filling, which is like addition of some kind of further items to the current line of products. Like if you are, for example, you are a brewery and you are creating the beer, you can decide to create something new, some new kind of beer. I don't know if you already tried it, but they sell, I don't know if it's Staropramen or what kind of brand. Oh no, it's Birrell. You can buy Birrell like a Radler, but with added caffeine. Have you tried it? It's like if you can't go to the toilet, this will help you absolutely. But anyway, it's a strange taste. It's like energy drink, but made from beer, without alcohol. It's like, but it's a strange idea. But maybe the market will accept that. There's only one brand. It sells only the brand of Birrell. And it's like really like beer without an alcohol, with the taste of, I think, grapes or oranges, and the other ones are blueberries, and there's a caffeine like the same amount like in the energy drink. I don't know, just try it. If you have a free time, if you don't know what to drink, you can try it and let me know. I'm very interested in your opinion. Personally, I probably didn't like it. The taste was strange because the caffeine itself has a taste. It's like a bitter taste, and also the beer has its own bitter taste. And then they put some fruit taste into it, and it's like, I don't know, rotten orange. It's kind of strange. Okay, so there's no one who tried it. No? Okay, so if you will have a time, try it and let me know. I'm very interested in your opinion. Anyway, this is about the filling the line. You are selling lots of kinds of beer, and you can create a new product and fill the gap in your line. Okay? Then you can have a product line stretching. You can stretch the range of the thing you already sell. Like if you are selling the non-alcoholic beers, you can add something, some other taste. Like you are selling like orange non-alcoholic beer, I don't know, so you can create apple non-alcoholic beer or something like that. Okay, so this is like lengthen or stretching the line of product you have. Or you can do the product line pruning, which means that you reduce the depth of produce line by deleting the less profitable offerings in particular product category. For example, this is the case of Nestle, for example. They are, if I use the word deleting, they are deleting some kinds of products. I don't know if you know the product. I love it when I was a child, and the name was Rumovky. Have you ever had a Rumovky? Yeah? You tried it? Any other one? No? It was like the candy filled with fake rum, okay? Yeah. And they decided to discontinue the product just because, I don't know, the demand was slow, or I don't know what was the reason, but they deleted the product. And you can find much more products which were deleted. And the reason could be whatever, like you would like to save the costs of producing, or you would like to have more money for marketing of the other products, and so on and so on. So those are the decisions you can make. And now I would like to talk about product life cycle. Again, we already mentioned what the life cycle, what does it mean, and in this part of the lecture, I would like to explain the influence of the product cycle on the marketing, and also vice versa. So you may probably already know, because we talk about this picture within the first lecture. We were talking about the two axes in this picture. There is a sales X and the time X, and as you can see, when you there's a blue line representing the life cycle of the products, and the life cycle is basic. It's similar to life of person. Like we are starting within the introduction, where the sales are pretty low. There are some reasons for that. I'm going to talk about them, but for now it's just because you are new on the market, you are entering the market. So even though your product is great and everyone will want it, at the beginning you just need to create your market, you need to communicate your product to your consumers and so on, and that's why the sales are at a low level. Then the another phase called growth became to be important, and within the growth phase the sales increasing, that's obvious. Then there's another part called maternity, where the market is becoming to be full of the product, and everyone who wants the product already has it, and so on. So then we call it, as I told you, maturity. And then after some time, if we are not able to, let's say, prolong the phase of maturity, then the product will start to decline. Okay, so this is the basic, very basic concept of life cycle of a product. But there could be some differences, and I'm going to talk about them, and I'm also going to explain the phases more deeply. So the product's life cycle has some specifics, and let me talk about them. What is really obvious is the fact that the products have a limited lifetime. It was like always was it like that, because even though if you were ancient civilization and you were a part of ancient civilization, and you had, like, let's say, stone something, some product made from stone, even though the stone is very strong material, after some time it can be worn out, it can be broken, it can be whatever, and the product life will end. Okay, so if something will happen with the product will, let's say, die. So that was the past. Now the product life cycle is even shorter and shorter, and there are a bunch of reasons for that. One of them is the economy of scale. Have you ever heard this term, economy of scale? The term means that if you are producing a huge amount of product, you can save the costs, okay? And the companies all around the world trying to produce as much as they can, because thanks to this approach they can save the cost. So this is called economy of scale. And in order to be able to provide this strategy or apply this strategy of economy of scale, you need to produce a huge amount of products. And in case that the market is filled with the product, you don't have a chance to sell the new products. So you need to try to at least persuade consumers to buy new products, or to make their products to be obsolete. Okay, and they use different tactics to make the products obsolete. It could be like trends, like fashion trends. It could be like the way the products are constructed, because they are using cheap materials. So after some time, the product could break itself just because of the cheap material. Even though there are some conspiracy theories about some specific, let's say, things mounted into the product, which will break the product after some times. In Czech we call it, I'm sorry girls, but in Czech we call it kurvítka. I think you already heard this term. So this is something, but this is a conspiracy theory. in reality it's mostly about the materials they are used, because the material, we need to have a cheap products, so they need to use cheap materials, and as a result you have a product which will not last forever. Okay, so this is it. So this is the limited lifetime cycle of the product. Also, sales pass through the stages, because on the different stages of the life cycle of the products, you will have a different amount of sales, as I showed you before. Also, profits rise, then the falls, according, let's say, the mood on the market, or they can change according to, let's say, fulfillment of the market, and so on and so on. And during each of the stage you need to use a different strategy, and this is what I wanted to show you right now, because sometimes the companies, they forgot about the stages, about the life cycle stages of the product. So they at the beginning of the entering the market, they choose one strategy, and they think that they can live with that kind of strategy along the life cycle of the product. But this is a wrong decision. You need to reshape your strategy according to the stage of life cycle. And to be able to reshape your strategy, you need to be able to recognize in which phase of the life cycle of product you are right now. Okay, so this is the basics of the idea. Also, as I told you, that the profit and sales could be connected on one side, and also they are changing through the time. This picture is pretty easy to understand, I think, because if you are selling something, the profit will at least in somehow it will follow the curve of the sale. But there is one issue, and I would like to hear your opinion. Why is not so like closely connected? As you can see, there is a rise of the curve during the maturity phase. Also, there's a rise with the profit, but as you can see, in that phase, the sales, they are still rising, but the profit is starting to going down. Do you have any idea why this should be the case? What is the reason? Yes?
To keep sales high, we need to more spend for marketing.
Great, awesome. This is the reason, because when we realize that the sales are starting to, let's say, hovering on some level, or they even start to decreasing just slightly, but it start to decreasing, the companies often they often set some actions. They are changing the strategy, and they need to, or they should invest more into the advertising, for example, or any other marketing programs. So therefore the profit is going to decrease, just because we need to use money to make a campaign. So we are increasing our costs. Okay, so this is the reason. I'm glad that you realize the reason. It's pretty obvious, I think, for all of you probably. It's nothing to do a research on it. So this is it. Also, for some reasons, or maybe some situations, we can find a different life cycle, because you know, this graph is, you can find it in all the books about marketing, about the basics of economics, and you can find it everywhere. But you probably, even that you are pretty young, but still you already maybe realize that life is not like the books tells us. Okay, it's more about some specific events, and about our reactions to those events, and so on and so on. Like the case with COVID situation, right? A lot of people opened the business before the COVID. A friend of mine, I know him for a long time. He opened a gym like 3 months before the COVID started. Okay, he takes a huge loan because he wanted to have a great gym. So he loaned like it was like in millions of crowns. Okay, he opened the gym and then the COVID followed, and he lost everything. He bankrupt, and I don't know about his life right now because he's disappeared. I don't know, maybe it's because of money. I don't know. So I don't even know if he's still alive. Anyway, this is the thing. Like you can predict something, you can prepare for something, but you never know what life will bring to you. Okay, so that's why the picture, the line of life cycle of the product is pretty easy to understand. It's pretty easy to draw it, but the life could make some changes you don't expect. As you can see, there are some specific things or specific types of life cycle curves that can appear or you can find on the market. For example, this one is called growth slump maturity pattern. It's like in case that this is like the normal curve, but then on some point the phase of decline stops and it goes like flat, okay, and it remains the same for a long time. Can you give me an example of a product with this shape of life cycle line? Can we find something? Huh? Yes?
For example, like bottle of water, when we
Yes.
buy it, the second cycle. So we use it to drink the water, and then we can use it like 2 more times.
Okay, I see. I got it. Okay, thank you very much. This is a good example of packaging use, like life cycle of packaging, right? That's great. Yeah, we can use it like that. Yeah, we have to buy it but then we are using just the bottle. Okay, and from the commercial point of view, do you have any idea what type of products could be fit into this line? Do you have a TV at home? TV? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Because I don't have a TV at home, so my children, they didn't know a TV up to I don't know, 5 years of age. I don't know. Because they didn't understand the TV. They were not able to understand why they can't touch it and you know, and choose the picture like on the tablet, right? So anyway, okay, so TV could be a good example. Like when the TV started in Czechoslovakia, it was like during the 50s, okay? And by the time the population started to buying televisions, okay? Up to some point where the market became full, so everyone who wanted to have a TV had the TV, and also during the 90s, the amount of TVs you've had at home was also like a sign of your status. So if you had a TV in every room, you were considered to be rich, okay, and so on. But then lots of people like starting to get rid of the TVs. They use another product, but still there are some consumers who will buy a new TV every like 5 years, or I don't know how those things will remain. So this is it, okay? So like the market will be fulfilled, and then if you have a TV, you probably, when it's broken, you will probably buy a new one, and so on and so on. And so yeah, it's like that. But maybe in one day the TV will really disappear. Maybe we will project the movies in our minds or in our brains. So then the life cycle line ends anyway. Okay. Then we got like a cycle recycle pattern. This is very interesting things, and this is mostly done by the innovation. I've already talked about the innovation within the introduction to or the basics of management when we introduced the concept of innovation, which means that there's a normal life cycle. And when you realize that your sales are declining or decreasing, then you can do something what we call innovation, which is some kind of remanufacturing or rethinking the product and re-entering the market. And then you can again call consumers to buy it, and you can like reshape the curve of life cycle pattern. Okay, so this is like given by the innovation, or the same curve could be found if you look at the COVID situation and the sales of the face masks. So whenever there was some like the time when the COVID hits, also the sales of the masks rise. Okay, so this is like the COVID, the first year of COVID, the second year of COVID. And if there will be a 3 year of COVID, no one will wear the mask, probably. I don't know. And then we got like scalloped pattern. It's like, I don't know, like body of snowman or something like that, or the other shapes. Anyway, it's like, this could be also given by the innovation. Like, for example, you can use the case of TV. Okay, so there's a black and white TV, then there's a color TV, and then there's a LED TV, and so on and so on. And always, if you bring something new to the market, consumers will buy more or more. And also the price could play a role here, because if you lower the price and if the elasticity is high, then with every attempt to lower the price, the sales will increase. Okay, so this is it. What about the style, fashion, and fad? Like if you have a style issue, then the curve could be a different. Like you may realize it with some trends, like the ripped jeans, for example. It is like always in a cycle. I remember, I think I told you the story when in the 90s the ripped jeans were really popular, and I remember I was walking in ripped jeans and I felt like the hero. And I came to my grandma and she offered me 200 crowns to buy new trousers, because she told me that I got the hole in my knees, and it was very funny. And then there was a time where the ripped jeans were not so popular, and then again, and I don't know the situation now. Are they popular, the ripped jeans, or no? A little bit? Just, no? I don't know. I think I see them less than like 5 years ago. I think the 5 years ago there was some peak where almost every student in the class had the ripped jeans. Now it's like 1 for 3 students maybe. So yeah. So, but probably this is clear to understand, right? Like fashion trends. It's a great. The style is a great thing. Also the fashion trend, just pure fashion trends, like I'm thinking about a good example. Something what was in a hype and then disappeared from the market, like the bubble tea, for example. Okay, it was a hype like crazy. Everyone needed to have a bubble tea. And now lots of people, especially the younger one, they mostly doesn't even know They don't even know what the bubble tea is. Okay, so this is this one, and the fat, it's like even a shorter thing. Like I'm thinking. Have you ever heard about Coca-Cola Black? It was a specific Coca-Cola. It was a Coca-Cola mixed with coffee, and it was sold with the aluminium bottle. It was really interesting, and it was popular for a really short time, like 2 years, and then it disappeared from the market because only some of the market. The Coca-Cola was only successful on some market, like in Spain, in Portugal, I think, but in the rest of the Europe they were really unsuccessful. And the reason was that if you go to for the coffee, for example, to some restaurant, you will order a Coca-Cola or a coffee. You don't order a Coca-Cola and coffee. You probably will order a Coca-Cola and water. In good restaurant, they will give you the water to coffee for free, right? But you don't mix those two things. And the idea, the taste wasn't so bad, to be honest. It was strange, but it was somehow good, okay? But the result, the market just didn't take it, okay? They didn't appreciate it. So this is just the different curves for different, let's say, issues. And as I told you, for each lifestyle or life cycle of the product, you need to use a different strategy. So we will start with the growth. When we are introducing the product on the market, if we are successful and we are able to enter the market, which is the prerequisition for the other things, so then the slow starting to grow, but we have something what we call negative profits. What does it mean? Well, we need to invest a lot of money into the promotion, into the other parts of marketing communication in order to attract the attention of consumers. Okay, so it's really it's a difficult to be able to enter the market. So we need to, let's say, create awareness. We need to talk with the people. We need to talk with the potential consumers and make them aware about the product. And it doesn't matter if it's tangible or intangible. Also, we can induce a product trial, or we can secure retail distribution. Those are the most used strategies for the entering part of the life cycle. Okay. The next one is a growth stage. We were successful. We were able to enter the market successfully. And now the sales are growing, and in that case we can see rapid sales growth, and also the new competitors will arrive on the market. Because if you are, and you can find it in all your life, if you are successful in something, the other people will try to hit you somehow. The good people try to hit you in the way that they are trying to be better than you. So those are the competitors. In the bad way, the bad people, they will hit you with a hammer or something like that, because they want to delete you in order to be better than you. Okay, so this is the funny thing. I think I already told you in the basics of management, like the joke that if in US, if you buy a goat, like you have a neighbor, and the neighbor will buy a goat, and you as an American see the new goat, and you can say, wow, my neighbor has a goat, it's great, awesome, I will buy 2 goats, so I will be much better than him. And this is the US mentality, and maybe the mentality of the other countries, but I don't know which one. But especially in Czech Republic, if you see that your neighbor bought a goat, the thinking process is like, oh, he's got the gold. I wish he died soon. So you see the difference between the thinking process of to having something and also hitting the competitors. So as and if you will have an opportunity to talk with businessmen from the US and the businessmen in here, for example, in Czech Republic, you will see the difference. The businessmen from the US, they will talk about the competitors and how they help them to be better. Like if you have a competitors, you can see that they are great, so you try to be better and better, and it's still the same cycle. But in Czech, mostly the competitors trying to use tools which are on the edge of being legal. Okay, so sometimes it's like, oh, I don't want to make bad vibes here, so I don't want to take specifically about the things which are going around here. But anyway, so it depends on the mentality anyway. So the competitors will arise for sure. What about the strategies you can use? You can use the strategy of improving the quality or adding some new features. If you see that there are some competitors, you can improve the product and be still on the top. Or you can add in new models and flanker products. Like you can add something to your product line in order to attract more attention of the consumers and so on. Or you can enter the new market segments. Like if you are on some segment and you are starting to have more and more competitors, you can try to find a new segment for your product. Like for example, you are producer of energy drink. He already used that case. So the energy drinks are mostly used by young people. So maybe you can try to create specific energy drinks for single mothers, because they need energy too, right? Because they need to care about the children, about the households, and so on and so on. So if you try to create a specific products for single mothers, you could be successful, and there is no competitors right now, okay? There are no competitors. So this is it. Focus advertising on preferences, like recreate the communication campaign. Also increase distribution coverage, like basically you try to distribute your products to as many places as is possible. Or, and I don't recommend this one, but sometimes it could help you, lower the price. You can like attract the price sensitive buyers, which we have enough in this country. But on the other hand, whenever you start with lowering the price, it's not good a pathway, because like the companies like Apple, for example, they are unwilling to lower the price of the product. Okay, they are trying to hold the price as long as it's possible. On the other hand, if you show that you are willing to lower the price at the very beginning and the growth stage is beginning of your product life cycle, it's not good, because the consumers, they learn that it's better to wait for some sales reduction, like price reduction or something like that, and it will not work. You will lose at the end, so it's not a good idea at all. Okay, so what about the maturity stage? Well, in this case, growth is slowing down, and also there's a weak competitors exit. Like it's really like the competitors are there, and to exit the competition, like the weakest one will disappear. What about the objectives here? Like you can try to maximize your profit, and also you can try to defend market share, but it's going to be more and more difficult. And if you remember the picture I showed you a few minutes ago, like the profit is starting to go down within the maturity stage, you need to always think twice if it's reasonable for you to invest in marketing activities reversing the curve. Okay, if you want to save the product life cycle for any cost, or if you have some you know limit or so. And the last thing is a decline stage where slow sales, the sales growing slow or even decline, and also you again gaining negative profits. Then you can do rejuvenation, like you use some kind of innovations, and you can recreate a product. You can do like plastic operation in this case, like you do the facelift, for example. Okay, you change the appearance of the product. The inside will remain the same, but the outside will be different. So it could help. Or you can do the harvest, like you take all you have, and or you can do the divest. And to be honest, I forgot what does it mean. I don't know what it is about. I don't know. I will remember. But anyway, this won't be in the test because I forgot. So I think I'm not going to put this into the test.
Like get rid of something.
Yes, I know, but I don't know exactly how the strategy works. That's the reason. This is like a dive, like if you are in the sea, so you are diving into the sea level. But I forgot what are those specific of the strategy. So anyway, I will try to remember. So those are the stages. There are some tables. They are not important for the test. This is just for your information. If you will be in the situation, you need to think about the process, so you can find the specifics of each part of the life cycle of the product, and you can know what about the factors, like you know, if you have the introduction phase, so how will be the sales, how the customers will be, or the costs, or the profits, customers, competitors, and so on and so on. So as I told you, this is not going to be in the test. However, those information are the same we just went through the minute ago. Okay, the table is just for, let's say, I don't want to say that you can use it by the test as a tahak, you know, but this can help you to better understand or to better orient in the issue. And again, those are the objectives and strategies you can use within the situation and life cycle of the products. So that's it for the topic of a product.